Hello, Buffalo. Brian Hayden here with Visit Buffalo Niagara and another episode of Buffalo Live. Well, it's an exciting time here in North Buffalo. These are my old stomping grounds here. I grew up just a few blocks from here, and it's so exciting to see this neighborhood turning into a destination through spots like where we are today, Lake Effect Ice Cream. Lake Effect's in its 9th year of operation. They started up in Lockport, and they just opened this brand new location on Hertel Avenue. They have all sorts of wonderful treats inside, a lot of homemade ice cream, and a lot of iconic Buffalo flavors to go with their ice cream. So we're going to go inside and talk to Jason and Erik, the owners, find out more about Lake Effect. Jason and Erik, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good, good. Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about Lake Effect. I mean, how did you guys even first get involved in ice cream making before you opened this store?
Jason and I are neighbors and we're colleagues. And we, being teachers, having the summers off, we had been making ice cream on the side and competing back and forth, who can make something better and you know, try this and, you know, look at this new thing that I just made. And eventually we started passing it out to the neighbors, and it just got to be too much. And, you know, for us, and people started saying, hey, you should start selling this to other people. And we had been looking for something to do over the summer, so it was a natural fit. We could, you know, work as neighbors, you know, work it well over the summer and be creative and have some fun. So that's kind of like how we took off.
Very cool, very cool. And something that's really unique about Lake Effect, I think, are some of the, I mean, it's all homemade ice cream, but some of the unique and iconic Buffalo flavors that you marry with your ice cream. We have a few over here. Can you walk us through, Jason, a few of these sundaes here?
The first sundae on the end is the El Guapo. That one is made locally with the crisp on top of it is Elm Street Bakery in East Aurora, and the crumbs actually around the sundae itself is Krishiki Bakery. So when we design something like this, it's easier and better for us just to go in our own backyard and find out what we can use that's local, and we have so much good food in Buffalo, it really makes it easy. The next sundae is actually the one that we did for the North Park. The two scoops on either end that are the pinkish color are Red Velvet Donut, Paula's Red Velvet Donut ice cream, and we use the sprinkles on top of it, which are actually rock candy, to kind of emulate the sign, the neon on the sign down at the North Park.
Right, the iconic neighborhood movie house just down the street from here.
Yes. And the last one on the end is obviously sponge candy ice cream. We use Platter sponge candy, and they've been great. They supply it to us all year long. We actually have this one in stores, and we use full-on pieces of sponge candy in the ice cream. And I really think that's really the only way to do it. But when we mix it, because we mix so much in, the ice cream itself takes on a sponge candy flavor.
Now, what motivates you guys to sort of pair your ice cream with these iconic Buffalo flavors?
I think it's a couple of things. Sometimes if we're looking for something in our idea, like we're going to make something with a crumble, there are so many places in Buffalo where you can get that instead of just farming it out to somewhere in California or wherever else. And sometimes we just, like, you have to make a loganberry ice cream. Where else can you get loganberry? And that was an easy decision for us to say, okay, we'll make a loganberry ice cream. If we're going to make something with donuts in it, it's certainly going to have Paula's donuts in it. And then every time we come up with something new, it almost feels like there's some kind of connection in our area that we can find that works well with the ice cream. And we get the pros, like, you know, Paula's makes the donuts, so we get the pros to make the donuts, which makes the ice cream even better.
Erik, for any first-time visitors, do you have a recommendation for what you have to try the first time you're here?
You know what? Do I have a personal recommendation? I grew up eating ice cream, and I grew up working in ice cream shops. So for me to make a personal recommendation, you know, I'm partial to things that have chocolate in it. So, and for what we get from Platters, chocolate covered potato chips, things like the couch potato, the sponge candy is always awesome. Peanut butter epiphany is one of our favorites, one of our best sellers. So for me to make a recommendation, I think would be doing some flavor a disservice, because we just want people to come and try things out and find what they like best.
Very good, very good. All right, well, I know I'm certainly hungry now, looking at all this delicious ice cream, and no better time to be talking about ice cream than as we get into the long 4th of July holiday weekend, too. So really appreciate you guys taking the time. Thank you, Erik. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. So from North Buffalo and Lake Effect Ice Cream, I'm Brian Hayden with Visit Buffalo Niagara. We'll see you next time.